I used to sit on this bench most nights. I was 16, hated school, and felt like I never belonged. So I would sit here and look at the stars and imagine that if I travelled far enough, I would reach the end of space and escape reality. I even chose Neo for my year 12 jumper. I told people I liked The Matrix, but no one knew why. I wanted to escape like him. And so I escaped. I ran off to Europe for 2 months, but that's when I learned something. If the problems are in your head, they follow you. Nothing bad was happening, yet my thoughts were louder than ever, and it was dark. This is when I started writing. There's this line I always go back to. I have realized this trip will not save me. Only I can save myself. So what actually saved me? This one key phrase: embrace the suffering. Everyone says this, but what does it actually mean? There's a big distinction I want to make. Pain is the raw sensation, and suffering is what you do with that pain. Buddhists say pain is inevitable, and suffering is optional. They argue we suffer when we resist reality, and the Stoics say something similar. We cannot control events, only our judgments to them. And look, for a while that helped. If something small went wrong, I could just say, oh well, and move on from it. But there was a big problem. What happens when you're suffering, even when nothing is wrong? When your brain is loud and the world is quiet? That's how I felt in Europe. No external chaos, just dark internal noise. So what do you do when reframing your thoughts isn't enough? You find something worth suffering for. When I got home, I found psychology. For the first time, my suffering actually had direction. They say an idle mind is the devil's playground. And mine had been idle for so long. I was always busy but never purposeful. And studying gave my pain actual structure. It gave it somewhere to go, and my life improved drastically. But not completely. But I felt like I was at the final steps. And then I was thinking, what happens if you choose suffering instead of suffering involuntarily? To try this, I did an experiment. What if I ran every day and the results changed my life? I felt power for the first time. The power to endure suffering and keep going. To choose suffering instead of suffering involuntarily. To me, it's meditation at an extreme. Instead of observing your thoughts in silence, you observe them at 180 beats per minute while everything hurts. Now tell me, that doesn't train you to manage your mind when life goes back to normal. Chaos doesn't matter when your mind has been forged in it. I've now run over 650 kilometers in 7 months, including a 50-kilometer ultramarathon. I went from a boy scared of the world, fantasizing about escaping it, to a man who runs towards the hardest things he can find. And what a feeling that is.